All right, guys, here we go. All right, we're back, baby. We're officially friggin' back. Woo, baby. Every week I feel like I'm becoming a technical wizard, but then something will happen right before the stream where I'm just losing my shit. I'm like, I can't figure this fucking shit out. I'm gonna fucking kill somebody. But I think good. Oh, Young Draco, that's what I wanted to bring up. Thank you for reminding me, my friend. But all right, all things considered with the mukbang, went pretty friggin' good. All right. Now, by pretty friggin' good, I mean I didn't vomit, which really surprised me because I think after the friggin' ice cream, which was the third meal that I had tried, I really thought that I was going to throw up into my Snoopy trash can here. Which, even though I lined it with a trash bag, it's still. I have the feeling I would have had to throw it out if I had thrown up into that thing. And I really like my fucking Snoopy trash can, so I'm glad I didn't end up vomiting. But pretty bad diarrhea right after, which not a big deal. I don't usually have diarrhea right after I eat, which was surprising. But considering how much ice cream I ate, that was the one that really tipped the scales for me. I took a chance having the Timothy McVeigh ice cream as the third meal. Instantly regretted it after like the fourth or fifth spoonful. It was clearly not the route to take at that stage of the game, but I did it, and you live and you learn. So a little diarrhea. Late developing note. I got gout yesterday afternoon, almost entirely attributable to the mukbang. Figured if I was going to get it, I would wake up with it. Didn't happen. I went for a nice walk with my buddy Luke Tuma, and when I got home, I was like, fuck, I think my foot's kind of sore. It's like, yeah, because I ate like a fucking pig the day before. It's crazy how once you get gout, you're just going to constantly get it, but it is what it is, and I'm a dog. I would do it all over again, and I wouldn't think twice about it. Good morning, Ike Holtz. Good morning, TJ Morris. Yeah, man. TJ, I'm sorry if you didn't watch the mukbang yet. I apologize. Ton of fun, man. I'd always wanted to do something like that, and Jake John and I had talked about doing it, but it could be hard to coordinate sometimes, so I figured, fuck it, I'll just do it on my own, and we'll see how this goes. And it was really a ton of fun. I had beautiful supple dill here with me, helping me through the whole thing. My beautiful wife Jamie prepared everything, and shout out to Jamie. Jamie, if you're watching right now, I truly appreciate you, and I appreciate everything you do. I know it's not easy dealing with every fucking one of my retard ideas, and then also dealing with me trying to fucking, I don't know, constantly giving you another task after another, but you always handle it gracefully, and I really appreciate you. Yeah, Tommy Appleseed. Shout out Jake and Jagged. Yeah, looking forward. I'm going to see the boys. Not next week, but the week after. I'm going back to Philly, and I'm going to connect with John and Jake. We're going to film a bunch of hot and heavy episodes, and I really look forward to it, man. I kind of got the best of both worlds right now. I love doing the streaming stuff, and also, I always have a lot of fun with John and Jake when we record, so I just wanted to start doing more for Little Stinkers channel, which is why I've been streaming so much. I also got some, I'm going to be doing some, I guess, like shorter stinker episodes on my own. I'm going to be doing one about this. This is a very good book by Dave McGowan, Weird Scenes Inside the Canyon. Just some very fucked up, weird coincidences at best in regards to the hippie movement in the late 60s and early 70s. And I just been on a big Laurel Canyon kick lately. So I'm going to be doing a shorter stinkerish episode. It's just going to be me here just talking about all the things I've learned over the past few weeks. And I'm going to be doing a bunch of those. And this will all be in addition to all the episodes that Jake, John, and I put out. So I'm very excited about that. If you guys haven't seen this or read this book yet, please check it out. Dave McGowan he's such a good writer. And if you're familiar with Nick Bryant, he's Nick Bryant adjacent. Actually, I think Nick Bryant wrote the foreword to this book. Nick Bryant, Franklin Scandal author, just two peas in a pod, these guys, and unfortunately R.I.P. Dave McGowan, but he wrote another book which I'm interested to dig into. It's called Program to Kill, which seems very cool, and it's much like this one. And with Weird Scenes from the Canyon, he's basically showing all the ties from the hippie movement to U.S. government intelligence, and it's very spooky how many ties there are. There's, like Jim Morrison's dad being the commander of the naval fleet when the Gulf of Tonkin incident happened, the incident that kicked off the Vietnam War. That's just, I mean, that's the tip of the iceberg. But Laurel Canyon is a very odd place with a lot of very fucked up accidents and a lot of very, very weird deaths. A lot of tie into the Manson case, and that's what initially drew me to this book. So it's there's an audiobook version of this too. I think there's actually a free audiobook version on YouTube if you want to check it out. So yeah, man, this is a really good read, and I love Los Angeles, so I would love to do a series of videos, just on weird LA shit. So I think this will probably be the first one. It's my interest in the Manson case is never ending, and there's always like something new to be learned. And in this, part of what they discuss is how deeply enmeshed in the Laurel Canyon scene Charles Manson was, how Neil Young vouched for him, which was always, I don't know that it's odd because Neil Young's an odd guy on his own. But yeah, I just never got the magnetism to Manson. And man, it's like there seems to be countless people that fucking speak about it. Oh, Drifter, yeah, I can't wait for that bad boy to come out. Oh, Paging Dr. Crutcher. I'm not finished the book yet. I should be finished by next week, but I got some road dates coming up, so I'm gonna have to work around that. I would say I'm gonna put out the episode. It'll probably be by mid-August. So mid-August, maybe the week of Joke World or the week after. I'm gonna be putting out that Laurel Canyon video, and yeah, it should be pretty consistent after that because I just want to delve into more, more of my interest. And I know, like I always say, Jake and John humor me a lot of the time because I know they're, I could spurg out about this shit. So doing these episodes on my own, it really allows me to get into that without bugging them. And man, there's just so much fucking weird detail in all this shit. And if you've read this book, please let me know in the chat. If not, again, please check it out. And I'm fairly certain there's a free audiobook version on YouTube if you want to check it out. Runaway Slav, what up, brother? Punch your local hippie. Yeah, those little bastards, man. I always took them at face value. Slav, I always took them at face value. I thought they were lovable scamps, but yeah, I'm like 40% into this book, and I fully believe that yeah, hippies are all government operatives. That's one of the nice things about getting old is when you hit your 40s, you get into bird watching, you get into gardening, and you get into government conspiracies pretty hard. And all three are hitting me pretty freaking hard right now. Actually, my wife does most of the gardening. I'm a bird observer. I see them in my backyard all the time. I couldn't tell one from the next. I know I like them. But that may be something I delve more into, but I'm definitely getting harder into conspiracies right now. And oh boy. I would like to have my buddy Tim Butterly come on to talk about the Vegas massacre and Stephen Paddock, man, because I know he's got some very, very strong opinions on that. Shadow Homie, what's good, brother? Welcome, baby. Did anybody go see Shane last night? I imagine a lot of you did, man. Shit looked awesome, man. I'm very happy for him. One of the really good guys, and it's cool to see good things happen to good people, baby. Can you fake your pregnancy result in the bird call kid? Oh, my God. That bird call kid, if you haven't seen him yet, all right, fuck, man. Let me see if I can pull this boy up. This bird call kid. I got some, all right, so I'm working with a second screen right now, so we're about to find out if I can make this shit happen. But if you haven't seen the bird call kid, we're going to bring him up right now because that kid is, every now and again you see something, you feel like you've seen it all, especially when you're just besieged by videos all day long. You're like, all right, there's nothing that could really maintain my attention. But then you see something like this bird call boy, and this kid really friggin' knocked my socks off. All right, let's see if we can get him rocking here. Bird call boy. All right, I guess it's fair to say we're in a boy hunt, which I didn't anticipate 10 minutes into the friggin' stream. Oh, here we go. Let me see if I can pull this young man up. All right, here he is.
ring-necked dove. Next, next the American woodcock. Meep, meep,
Nasty.
meep. And you know, there's two different species of crows in the United States: the fish
Hit us with
crow
'em.
and the American crow. The fish crow is what I'm going to do first. Ah, ah, ah. Then the American crow.
This kid's fucking snapping. I love it, man.
Then Atlantic
Oh, y'all thought he was done?
Atlantic puffin. Oh.
All right, that's a
Next,
solid
the purple
one.
martin.
Incredibly nasty.
Whippoorwill.
Oh, he had to dig into the vaults for this one, but he still landed the plane.
And keep up the requests, guys. And also, I want to say thank you to Bird Collective for for sending that box to me.
That is a very cool shirt.
Well, bye.
Incredible, man. I truly that stopped me in my tracks when I saw that video the other day, and I truly think that we have not heard the last from this young man, and he is friggin' nailing it, man. That's one of the great things. You don't even have to be into a subject to really get into it. When somebody, thank you, Michael Trainer, I appreciate you, brother. But when somebody is just super into something and displaying such an enthusiasm for a subject, it doesn't even matter if you're into it or not. Just seeing their enthusiasm with it is infectious. Travel Buds, what up? Oh, man, it's so good to see all you guys here, man. All right, you were sorely missed because it was a gathering of the all-time morons. Bro, I bet, man. I would have loved to have been there last night, but I just couldn't make it happen. I'm going to Philly in 2 weeks with my wife and son, and it would have been just too big of a pain in the ass to go this week and then 2 weeks later, man. Yeah, the Eichholz, man. I would, listen, man, I love seeing birds. I love seeing birds. I love hearing them. And, yeah, who knows? I think maybe they're drawn to me because I'm a pretty chill guy. So there's got to be some kind of communication happening that I'm trying to attune myself to. Evander Holyfield's here. Welcome, brother. Yeah, Surfboard Charlie. I think that kid's going to be the translator for the bird takeover, man. Yo, Skull Fox, what's going on, baby? Man, I would have loved to get into bird noises as a kid. Like, I really had no excuse not to be a bird noise kid because once 6th grade hit, I didn't have any friends. Between like 6th and 9th grade, I had no friends. Like, I had 3 years to get my bird noises up, and I just squandered it like a fucking dickhead, playing Nintendo and just watching movies. Oh, Skull Fox, it's good to see you in here, my friend. But yeah, that kid was snapping, man. I hope to see more from him. Oh, dude. So, all right. So today, got a bunch of fun stuff lined up. First and foremost, there's a really cool documentary coming out this week on Netflix, which is about the Idaho murders. A couple years ago, Brian Koberger, he broke into a house in the middle of the night on University of Idaho's campus and murdered 4 people. It's still weird. Like, he's been sentenced. He got 4 life terms, which I still don't get why they didn't push for execution for him. I know at least one of the families was okay with it, and at least one of the other families was not. They wanted to see him, no plea deal made. But the prosecutors ended up making a plea deal with Brian Koberger, and now he's serving 4 life sentences where Idaho, if I remember correctly, has a firing squad, which would have been a pretty neat one to really see happen, because if anybody deserves the death penalty by firing squad, it is friggin' Brian Koberger. All right, the artist formerly known as Vince, Dad Meat, and After Tonight collab when? I don't know After Tonight. What is that? I know, Chronosaur, I'm kicking myself knowing I could have been a bird call kid all along. There's so many different paths. Like, you talk about how, like, in Japan, they track kids according to what their capabilities are pretty early on in the educational process. Yeah, if I had grown up in Japan, it would have been interesting to see what track I had been pushed along, man, because I would have been 100% happy being just being a bird boy. Surfboard Charlie, yeah, he's very angular, very honky-ish, bushy eyebrows. I can't imagine he's doing well in prison, man. Lord willing. Thank you, Finn, for that heads up. The rapper designer with two eyes, by the way, just got arrested in South Carolina for chasing somebody with a hammer. I don't know about you guys, but I always tend to root for the people with the hammer in that case because if you're hammering somebody, odds are it's you did something. As evidence, like when Nancy Pelosi's husband in the middle of the night had a suffered a gay hammer attack, as we all have. You never really know. That's one of the things about gout. You got to be mindful of heart disease. You got to be mindful of, and you always have to be mindful of the fact that at any moment you can get gay hammer attacked in the middle of the night, as evidenced by the Paul Pelosi case. Man, I truly feel for that guy because it could have happened to any of us. Runaway Slav. Oh boy. Getting shadow banned by YouTube. I wouldn't doubt it, man. Oh, shadow homie, man. That's the dream. That's what I'm going to do. If I ever become successful enough as to where I start to make real money, I might get full on Japanese plastic surgery. That would be so nice, man. I see people like Conor McGregor and his wife, they've clearly got extensive work done. And I want to believe like, oh, this is my face, I'm going to stick with it. But if I had access to money, I like to have fun. So there's probably pretty good chance that I would go full on Japanese. Yeah, Bird 819, gay hammer attacks. It's the silent killer. They talk about carbon monoxide poisoning being the silent killer. Nope, it's gay hammer attacks. Yeah, I agree, Surfboard Charlie. The best body cam video is the Pelosi husband video. Dude, both you and your gay hammer attacker answering the door at the same time and just the cops walking into that, which I have a feeling that probably was not the first time that the cops in San Francisco walked into a Pelosi gay hammer attack. Oh, Skull Fox, dude, I definitely remember you. Yeah, we had a few conversations. Oh, dude. All right, it's good to talk to you again, homie. Bird 819, go full Forrest Whitaker. As I get older, man, especially like I have the Irish eyes, so I think there's a good chance that one of these drops quicker than the other. So pretty good chance of me going full Forrest Whitaker at one point. All right, guys, we're gonna get started here on some of the fun stuff that I have that I want to show you. And one of the first things that I want to show you is the trailer for this Idaho documentary. Really spooky stuff, man. Yeah, real weird shit. This comes out Wednesday. It's the Idaho Murders, the College Nightmare. So this is going to be on Netflix, by the way. I wish there was a way that I could watch these things with you guys. Not just this video that is taken. For every documentary, they need one dickhead with an insane haircut who detracts from what the subject matter is truly about. So shout out to that guy for the elderly Jimmy Neutron haircut in a documentary about four. I have been following the Idaho case. This was always a weird component to the case because a couple weeks after the incident happened, they released this footage from this food truck, and there was a kid who was hanging around two of the girls the entire time they were there. Clearly not interacting with them, but clearly just trying to be around them, and it was always very odd. But I guess that's kind of par for the course for college chicks just dealing with creeps incessantly. But it was always weird that kid had nothing to do with what was happening, and he was just lurking around two of them the entire time shortly before they were murdered. Yeah. It still scares me. Every now and again, something will spook the shit out of me, and the Idaho case is really one of those. All right, we're going to save that video, but yeah, that's coming up this week. So next week, I'm going to be talking about it. in detail. Because even though Brian Koberger was sentenced last summer, they had the trial. There's still a lot of unanswered questions in regards to the Idaho case, man. Like I don't know, man. I know they don't like to question people for, even though they're victims, but there was a lot of time that passed between when those two girls in the house recognized that something was very weird and when the police were actually called. Adam Manning Music, have you heard about the Shankill Butchers from Northern Ireland? Would be a dope Stinkers episode. No, but I will check them out. Thank you for the heads up on that. Yeah, spooky stuff in this Idaho case, man. It's so insane that a guy just went into a house in the middle of the night at friggin' 4 a.m. and just went through and methodically killed 4 people. Did they ever say who the focal point of the attack was for Brian Koberger? I don't think I heard that, because it was always just speculation. Lang, welcome. Welcome from Hong Kong. I'm sorry. This is my first day in my new body, man. I apologize for not knowing how to interact with people. The second somebody mentioned any kind of denotation to anything Asian, I just try to go full on Asian respect, and it never works out well. But thank you guys for listening, and thank you for watching. Oh, Shadow Homie. Carl Panzram was one of the first episodes that we did on Stinkers, and I think it was maybe like a month in. And there was something John said that really made me laugh. It was in regards to one of the train boys that Carl Panzram had tailing with him the entire time. And at that point, the show took on a much fun turn at that point, because I really wasn't sure how to portray or how to convey this information in a respectful way. And then at one point on the Carl Panzram episode, we were talking about one of the train boys that Carl brought with him. And John said, what does rosy cheek little cum dumpster do? And I was like, all right, this is definitely the path we got to take for this show, man. Because you always want to, especially in true crime, because even though a lot of the shit is in bad taste, like I don't want to be an absolute motherfucker and just be entirely inappropriate, man. But yeah, that was a fun one, and that really set the tone for that. Yeah, hobos had boys back then, which was, I don't know, has much really changed? Might not have as many hobos, but there's still way too many guys that still have boys, and it's very unsettling, man. But, all right, y'all, we finna get into some more stuff over here. All right, I got some more things lined up for you guys. All right, so the first thing, somebody brought this up last week, and I think it, if I remember correctly, it was one of our friends in Florida, brought up the cider case. If you're not familiar with the friggin' cider case, a couple weeks ago, it was in Vinton County, Ohio. A family was found. The cops were going to, I think they were going to serve a warrant to one of the adults in the house. They went in and they discovered a room which is 12 by 12, and they found 16 people in this friggin' room. So 16 kids. They age and range from 18 months to 18 years. And when cops discovered these kids, they realized that a lot of the kids were nonverbal. They had just been stuck in fucked up circumstances forever. There had been truancy issues on a number of the kids, but the family kept moving from town to town, so they were hard to keep track of. And they were really, unfortunately, one of these cases that just fell through the cracks and were missed up until now. And there is video, which I'm going to show some of it, but you can see some of the interior of the house and see how fucked up it is. And the people that were arrested in the house were, 2 of them were grandparents and 2 of them were parents of these kids. So it's Gary Siders Jr., Gary Siders Sr., Elizabeth Siders, and Christina Siders. All the kids were removed and put into protective care. And this shit's super fucked up, so I don't know how much of this I want to watch, but I do want to show some of it just to give some context for the case. All right, so here we go, baby. We're going to play this shit. But this is truly like a fucking House of Horrors situation. I feel like House of Horrors gets used way too flippantly, but if anyone fits the description. Ooh, and I wonder how far this is from Ariel Castro's place. If anybody lives in Ohio that could give context. He was in Cleveland.
4 adults agree that
ooh,
this
baby.
is okay.
Dude,
That's
this
the big
fucking
question.
guy in the middle, man. Goddamn, look at this guy. Can you imagine being aware of Mr. Siders? That's Mr. Siders to you. And having those googly eyes and that level of open mouth, man, he's a problem. He's been a problem for a long time. The lady over here, the young lady looks like a very pretty lady, so I wonder where she went wrong. The woman down below, just a soulless bitch. And the weird guy on the right with the fucked up haircut, dude. The haircut never lies. Rarely will you see somebody with a decent haircut doing something super fucked up like a human hoarding situation. But I would say 3 of the 4 of these meet the physical characteristics of human hoarders. The lady on the left, man, she's really fucking pretty. So I wonder where this went wrong. Now, I know lady on the left and the fellow on the right, they were married, or they are married. And she met him when she was 15 and he was 19. So a weird age discrepancy there. I don't know, man, but I cannot get over this fellow with the googly eyes up top, man. Just full-on Herbert the Pervert from Family Guy vibes on this fucking guy, man. No bueno.
The 16 children rescued from the so-called House of Horrors in Vinton County are now safe, but even Siders' family members are raising questions about how this could have happened, and they have ideas about what was going on in the family.
All right, let's read this. First, I am the niece of Gary Sr. and Lynn Siders. Yes, I love my uncle and aunt. I was raised up knowing them as clean, respectful, and lovable people. I don't know about that. I know the 3 oldest girls. I know of Redacted and Gary Jr., but I really don't know them two. I can remember going to their house. It would be clean, and I can remember smelling lavender. Come on, stop. You don't have to do this. When you see their house, I'm going to show a video of it. At some point, they're going to show it during this video. But, there's no way this house ever smelled of lavender. Yes, there were toys on the floor, but it wasn't dirty. My aunt and uncle would not. This reeks of hood rat. Rural hood rat would not harm a child in their right state of mind. I haven't seen them for 6 years, and I really feel bad because maybe I could have reached out and maybe tried to help them. Those babies didn't deserve none of this, but my heart is telling me that my aunt and uncle health was deteriorating from cancer, strokes, and dementia. Ooh, the big 3, baby. Please remember God is with us all, and he knows the truth. Facts. I believe in my heart that Gary Jr. was abusive to them. Please leave the family alone. Let the court do its job. I don't know if if she misspoke there or what, but believing that Gary Jr. was abusive to them. All right, that's not a good sign, man. Classic fucking Gary Jr. You already know. There's nobody that in the history of Gary's that's been a Gary Jr. that has ever been on the up and up and has really, really not been abusive. Do you know any Gary Jr.'s who are law-abiding citizens who would help you move or would help an old lady cross the street? I can't think of one. All right, let's see what else this bitch has to say.
We're digging into all of it. I'm Anjanette Levy, and this is Crime Fix.
Dude, Law and Crime rules, man. I go to Law and Crime for all my fucking true crime shit, man.
The Siders kids are safe, but are they all right? The 16 Siders children, ranging in age from 1.5 to 18, are with foster families more than 2 weeks after law enforcement says they found them living in absolute squalor in a house on Omer Street in the village of Hamden. Mark Johnson is the state representative for Vinton County and parts of other Ohio counties. He's going to join me in a moment to discuss the very latest on the children, the case, and the investigation. Those parents of the children,
Goddamn,
Gary Siders Jr.
Dude, look at Gary Siders, man. I cannot get enough of that. That's a Spirit Halloween mask. That can't be what Gary Siders really looks like. Gary Siders Jr. I don't know if normal looking guy would be the right way to describe him, but definitely a guy who, if you saw him in a mall, you wouldn't think twice. Gary Siders Jr. is the kind of guy who would walk past you in the mall with a shirt that says, "You must be a special kind of stupid." Elizabeth Siders, pretty lady, man. How did she get wrapped in all this? Christina Siders looks like she does whatever Gary tells her to do. Another Spirit Halloween mask. Yeah, Gary Siders, 10 out of 10, horrifying. Christina Siders. I would go 9 out of 10. There's still a little mom left in her, I think.
Elizabeth Siders remain in jail, charged with 16 counts of child endangering. They've pleaded not guilty to the charges. The grandmother of the children, Christina Lynn Siders, has also pleaded not guilty to the same charges and remains behind bars. Gary Sr. is out of jail receiving treatment.
Yeah. You could have told him, I mean, this would have been a fun, like, guess the charges on this guy, because anything they hit him with would be like, yeah, he did that shit 100%. Oh, man, look at that. If Hulk Hogan lived to be 40 years older, more older, this is what he would have ended up like. So, Hulkster, consider yourself lucky that you bowed out when you did. Gary Siders, man. That's a look. Oh, my God. Captivating. I feel the way looking at Gary Siders' picture the way most educated people do when they look at art. Man, I could study this shit forever, man. Man, all the curves and all the edges of this motherfucker's face. Oh, man. You know what he smells like? Piss. You know what he says? There's speaks with a slight whistle. Just, you hear him coming a mile away because of his heavy breathing. And I would bet the heavy breathing has been a constant for a while. Truly, truly unsettling stuff from Gary Siders. Gary looks like a shih tzu that smoked Winston since he was born in 1950. Good call, Crutch. Yeah, truth or comedy. This is rough white underbelly. Yeah. Oh, man. Imagine living under the same roof as this fella. Oh, God. Yeah, it's... Listen, I could be throwing a pity party for myself every now and again. Like yesterday, I was freaking out because I was having some tech issues, and I'm just like, fuck this. I hate fucking all this shit. And then you realize you see somebody like Gary Siders Jr. be like, you know what? I could live with Gary Siders Jr., so things aren't all that bad. Like, fuck, man. A face like Gary Siders Jr., and this is his mugshot, by the way. What is he looking at? Oh, man. Maybe this is what wiggers me when they talk about realize. Those are some real eyes, and he's realizing all your real eyes.
For a serious medical condition, and his competency is being evaluated, he has pleaded not guilty as well. Now, no one, and I mean no one, can understand how 16 children were in a house, not enrolled in school, and how no one seemed to know about them, not even distant family members. One family member wrote on Facebook, "First, I am the niece of Gary Sr. and Lynn Siders. Yes, I love my uncle and aunt. I was raised up knowing them as clean, respectful, and loving."
All right, do you guys think that you would have relatives who would come to your defense on Facebook? I would love this. If I ever got in trouble for anything, I don't know that any of my relatives would. I think I got a few. Some of the real ones are probably in the chat, but I got a couple of real ones in my life who would defend me on Facebook. That's really all I want. I don't even give a fuck how the court case would play out. I just want to know that you defended me on Facebook. Just like, what was the chick's name? Mackenzie Sharippa. When she was talking in the jailhouse interview with her mom, she's like, they wasn't saying free me on Facebook. That really matters. And it might just be a wigger thing. And it might be the old wigger in me, but there's something about stating your alignment with me on Facebook that really goes a long way. To me, posting about me when I'm locked up on Facebook is the same as you getting a tattoo with my name on it. So just know that. This is what I normally don't like gifts, but this is like the gift that I want. I want people to free me when I get locked up for a chimping out crime.
People. I know the 3 oldest girls. I know of Gary Jr., but I really don't know them too. In danger of being deemed unruly children under the law. The case never proceeded because the courts couldn't find Elizabeth and Gary to serve them with the paperwork. A man rehabbing that house in Cheshire actually told ABC 6 News in Columbus that the house was in bad shape.
Yeah, no
He
shit.
told the outlet that he found a lot of kids' clothes in the attic as if someone was living in it. And the entire house had urine and human and pet feces in it. He called it rough.
Yeah, these are piss people through and through. All right, so this is the house that they found them in. Everything about these people screams piss. And I say this as a piss guy.
the Siders once lived in this house on Poplar Church Road in Gallia County many, many years ago. The Siders have at least 4 prior addresses in Gallia County. Then in 2020 or 2021, it appears the family made the move to Vinton County. Gary and Elizabeth lived in this house on Main Street until they moved into the house on Omer Street, where investigators said they found the 16 children living in squalor on June 30th. The prosecutor, William Archer, said during a press conference last week that he was only aware of the grandparents receiving government benefits. Now, I've been asking the question, were Elizabeth and Gary Jr. receiving
that as we go through and do our
let's see if we can find the interior of the house
talk
here.
to these kids and we really start looking at things, we'll have a much better sense about how we can certainly improve the system.
Was in Gallipolis. Some was over in Athens. And, they've been transient. And so it was somewhat very secluded. The one neighbor.
Also very weird they live across from the train tracks. It reminds me of the Silence of the Lambs house. Because the real house from Silence of the Lambs, it's close by to Pittsburgh, and it's also directly across from the train tracks. So I wonder if there's any correlation. Because I know when I was at my wildest, as far as interactions with police, I lived close to the train tracks too, so that might not have been my fault.
Neighbor says, I don't recall seeing a child, I haven't talked to him myself, but, not seeing, nobody seeing 16 children. And, or anybody imagine somebody having 16 kids in our modern time, but it is what it is. There's multiple sets of twins here. And so
dude, and here's the thing. They all came from the very pretty lady that Elizabeth sides. So 16 fucking kids. And I think she's 32. That's like a kid every year from the time you're 16.
probably drove the number up. So
Yeah, 2008.
But it's mind-boggling. I've been there myself.
She was cooking.
I wanted to see the home. So I could better represent and have some knowledge. I'm just like this is okay. The children was not enrolled in school. That in itself is an issue.
Man, 16 fucking kids came out of that lady. Golly. Man. I don't know, dude. Yeah, some were triplets, and I think they lost 2 kids that were conjoined twins, so good gravy, man. Yeah, it's always the worst guys with the best sperm, isn't it? Gary Siders Jr., he's just hitting dingers, and he's the last person on the planet that needs to be hitting conception dingers. But golly, God bless his heart. Truly reprehensible family, man. But to Gary Siders Jr. credit, there was a haircut in the recent past, so I give him credit for that. The other 3... no, but Gary Siders, there was a point where he got a shape up this summer. Probably about a month ago. Probably had 4 or 5 days where he had that shit on.
Say running from the truancy issues and running from CPS. Maybe, I mean, they packed up and moved quite often, which is for no good reason that anybody can tell. Mm-hmm. That
Money,
they had
dickhead.
a home base down in Gallia County, is my understanding.
Man, this is the most pissed people family I've ever seen. And, 48 hours ago I was debating whether or not to drink my own piss on a live stream. And I say with 100% certainty that this is the pissiest family I've ever seen. They might try to barter with piss. They might go into town with jars full of fermented piss and try to see what they can get at the general store for their piss.
Joel Potts, the head of the Department of Children and Youth, was in front of the controlling board earlier this week. And you all sent $1 million, allocated $1 million to send down there to help care for these children.
I know there's a video where they show the inside of the house. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, God, she's pregnant again. All right, let's... fuck. I know it's here somewhere. Squalor power. All right, this might have been it. So this might be the video where they show the friggin' house.
This is very
older than she is and get married. And why? Elizabeth's brother,
And it looks,
Jeremy, posted on Facebook on June 30th. My
right,
sister just wrapped her life up.
but the house does look exactly how you think it fucking looks. God damn.
of our livestock was kept in better conditions than the children.
16 children hidden away in a rural Ohio home. A team got the kids with, you know, and you got these poor, starving children.
All right, so that's the front. So that's pretty indicative of what the interior of the house looks like, man. God damn, this shit is insane.
Children in their eyes, you know, they're staring kind of into the camera and the flies are flying around, that kind of thing. The sheriff said they walk in, there's a 12 by 12 room and there's feces. And I mean, it sounds, just beyond disgusting what they described. But they were doing a search warrant on another investigation. They were investigating another crime, and they won't say what it was. And they go in and they find a 12 by 12 room, they say, with kids, and one of them, they say, is near death.
Yes. I was talking to Attorney General Wilson last week on another matter. I had no idea this would come up, but I'm glad he's there.
All right, this guy feels like they caught him sucking on the Jolly Rancher and he wasn't ready to talk yet.
Attorney General in the interim because the one who was elected resigned to take another job. So he's our short-term Attorney General, but he really is well-suited to handle this case, and I'm glad that he showed such a high priority. We do need to know more facts.
Shadow Homie, I'm with you. I think you could clean up the lady on the left, yeah. Elizabeth Sides, she will have a book deal by the end of the year, and she will be dancing down the receiving line on the Jennifer Hudson show.
I expect the defense lawyers for these people who've been charged will ask for a challenge with respect to who the witnesses will be to say what did or didn't happen. Having said that, there's a civil Latin phrase in the law called res ipsa loquitur. The thing speaks for itself.
All right, now he's making shit up.
You don't need a lot of evidence to show.
What is the most fucked up house that you guys have ever been in? Because I'm thinking there's some that are coming to mind immediately for me. Not that it was a human hoarding situation, but not that far off. Just as soon as you walk in, you think that, like, all right, there might be some people here that are not documented, that are some off-the-books people that might not be, that the government might not be aware of, man. Yeah, especially as a kid, because you'll go into anybody's house as a kid, and, like, when you go in there, you're just like, oh, yeah, I'm just here to have a good time, and then you walk in, you're just like, oh, well, there's a grandmom without a foot, or, yeah, there's a pop-up who's probably going to be touchy, so I need to stay out of his reach. Always got to grab her by him. Not grabbing anything important, by the way. Yeah, so this fucking side case is something else, man. I mean, what the fuck? Dark shit, man. Yeah, I don't like any of that stuff. Very spooky, man. You know what? You try to find, like, something funny in all of this shit, but this is just entirely too fucked up. Y'all too fucked up. Y'all need to check up from the neck up. And it's like I always say.
Some ain't right.
You know I say that shit all the time, and I think for the Sides case, you better believe.
Some ain't right.
That's more than ever, man. That might be the most we're ever going to use that graphic on this show is in regards to the Sides case. Something definitely ain't right there, man. But I'm with you. Shadow Homie, I think it was you that said it. I think Elizabeth might be redeemable. Oh, man, this is a fun story. So this is a really fun story that I saw from, I think it was maybe 2 weeks ago. So it was in, where the fuck was this? I think it was suburban Indiana. Yes. So this fella, Christopher Peden, an Indiana man, he was involved in a widely publicized self-mutilation case where he cut his dick off and tried to set it on fire. Threw it in a field. There was a criminal investigation. He was arrested for what? I don't know. Is it illegal to cut your own dick off and set it on fire? What if what if it's like a preemptive strike? What if you're trying to prevent yourself from doing something more horrific? But being that he lived in his mom's garage, I have a feeling maybe he was beefing with his mom. And this is a classic Wigger move where you cut your own dick off and set it on fire just to spite your mom. Because she probably asked him to do some mundane chore, and he was like, yeah, you better believe I'm going to be cutting my dick off and setting it on fire instead of cleaning that shit up. All right, Mike Trainer says, I had a hoarder grandparent, and when we moved them into a home, we actually went in that Kensington dump, and the only thing it was missing was cats. Oh, buddy. Mike, it's funny you bring that up because in the sides case, some of the outdoor footage that I saw, it showed a cat just chilling in the doorway. So, man, that was the cherry on top for that house, is a loose cat. But golly, man. Yeah, but this Christopher Pedden fella, we're gonna. I want you guys to see this. If you're not aware of this yet, but yeah, this guy doesn't look like a guy who would cut his dick off and set it on fire to me. I might be biased, but I think I know a guy. Just like I know the Sides family as a piss family, the Pedden guy, Christopher Pedden, doesn't strike me as a dick on fire guy. But you tell me what you guys think. I might just be a little bit skewed.
Turn in Fort Wayne after a man admitted he set his own genitals on fire. Police say Christopher Pedden of Fort Wayne first told them he'd been stabbed. Later, police say he admitted to cutting off his genitals in the garage of his mother's home. The 36-year-old then reportedly told authorities he poured gasoline on the dismembered organ and set it on fire.
You kind of have to.
Our sister station in Indianapolis reports that he is now facing a charge of arson.
Which seems like overkill. I mean, can a guy cut his dick off and we can just call it a day? Do we have to further hammer home that this guy is fucked up by locking him up for cutting your own dick off? If you can't cut your own dick off and set it on fire, whose dick can you cut off and set it on fire? I get really disillusioned sometimes, guys. Yeah, it doesn't sit right with me, man. But, God, what does that smell like? What do you think a burning wiener smells like? I wonder if it's like, it's got to be so tough because he did it in his mom's house. And you know how, like, sometimes your wife will wake you up in the middle of the night and be like, I hear gunshots. And you're just like, dude, you don't hear gunshots. Please, for the love of God, go to bed. I wonder if neighbors thought that, like a neighbor wife was, like, waking her husband up. She's like, honey, I smell burning dick. He's like, you don't smell burning dick. I got to get up in 5 hours and go to work. Just please, just shut up and go to sleep. Then they wake up the next day and they see, guess what? There was burning dick outside and your wife was right. Now you owe her an apology. Kind of a braggart, too, by having enough wiener to set on fire. That's kind of a boss move. I mean, what do you do now after you've already pulled that point, man? That's your nuke, man. I think it was 2015. There was an ancillary member of Wu-Tang Clan that cut his own dick off in L.A. when I was there. Where do you go from there? I mean, it's not like a Gallagher water pumpkin. Water pumpkin. For some reason, in my brain, when I saw watermelon, I thought to say water pumpkin. But fuck it, that's what they are from now on. Gallagher smashes water pumpkins. Yeah, imagine like you're Gallagher and you get one water pumpkin to smash and then that's it. And then not only do you smash it and it's done, but now you're arrested for it and you're charged with a crime. Man, you can't smash any fucking water pumpkins these days. Truly nuts that he got charged with fucking arson, man. I got a story on it too, so let's read this story here. Yeah, this bugs me so much. Arson for my own dick? Okay. This is when you wish Johnny Cochran was still alive. All right. A 36-year-old Fort Wayne man is facing a felony charge after he allegedly cut off his genitals and used it while committing arson. Christopher Pedden is charged with one count of arson, which carries a potential prison sentence of up to 12 years. 12 years for cutting your own dick off? Come on, man. Fort Wayne Fire Department was dispatched to a garage fire in May, just as Fort Wayne Police Department officers were dispatched to reports of a stabbing. Pedden told police he was stabbed somewhere downtown and that someone had threatened them the day before. While at the hospital, Pedden told an officer he was dishonest at the stabbing scene. An honest guy. Like, it really takes a lot for somebody to come clean after you've just lied about where your dick went. and he wanted to be truthful, court documents say. He said that at about 2 a.m., he went into the garage and used a kitchen knife to cut off his genitals. Pedden said he then poured gasoline on the dismembered organ and set it on fire, leaving the garage and walking away until he found police. Oh, I wonder if the house was fucked up. At the scene of the fire, a fire investigator located a gasoline container and 4 lighters, man. I wonder if that speaks to how much dick there was or if he just had them on him. As well as a nearby kitchen knife, court records do not detail whether the genitals were located. Oh, man. Yeah, no evidence. He's going to walk. Pedden is due back in court next week to set dates for a trial. Like, God, when is enough, man? Yeah, Drifter, that's a rough service call. I'm with you, brother. Yeah, Mike, yeah, black people do put salt on water pumpkin. Finn, I truly am bothered by the fact that they charge this guy. This seems like a case where you're just like, all right, he learned his lesson. Unless he's like, man, I can't just wait. I'm going to find a second dick and I'm going to set that one on fire. That would be the worst way to have your shit burned to the ground. Just a dick fire that got out of control. Exciting for the guy whose dick it was because you can tell everybody you burned all your shit down. But, yeah, that's not fun, man. That is a real friggin' bummer that you go through. We gotta hear like the mom's side. Like, what were they arguing about before he set his own fucking wiener on fire? Yo, your wiener's on fire. Maybe the mom was singing that as he set his shit on fire. That's you don't want that. That's the worst case scenario is when you're setting your dick on fire to prove a point, and then somebody starts singing Kings of Leon parody songs about you setting your wiener on fire. Oh, man, Christopher Pedden, we stand in solidarity with you, brother. You don't deserve the totality of what's being thrown your way right now, brother. You really deserve better than what you're up against right now. So, Christopher Pedden, this one's for you. Actually, we're going to... Oh, fuck, did I get rid of my chirp? Oh, no, it's still here, baby. We're sending out a chirp for Christopher Pedden. There we go, baby. We're going to pop him off. We're going to do 3 for him. So, Christopher Pedden, nothing but chirps for you, brother. I hate that you're going through this. I hate that they didn't even find his dick. Where could it go? Although, here's the deal. I dropped a magnet on the floor here yesterday, and there's maybe like a 6-foot area where it could be, and I still can't find it. So, if your dick is magnet-sized, maybe that has something to do with not being able to find it, man. Yeah, Kings of Peon, I love it. Holy Toledo, man. That's tough, man. What can you even do with your genitals when you cut them off and just be left alone after that? Where do you go? What do you do after you cut your shit off? Yeah, I just don't know. TJ Morris, yeah, Chris Month is rapidly approaching, brother, so you know we're going to dig into that soon. Yeah, he's a strong contender for Chris Month this year. I would like to find out more about him. Oh, let me see if I can find a picture for you guys to show you what Christopher Pedden looks like. Although he is on the thumbnail that I posted. So it doesn't strike me as a cut your dick off guy, man. It seems like at one point he was probably a normal guy. And then something went sideways. What do you think is normally the inciting incident when you cut your wiener off? Now, this guy looks like a pretty fucking normal guy. Here you go. Let me show you guys this. So this is Christopher Pedden, man. Pretty normal dude. Nothing about him says I'm going to cut my dick off. No, it looks like the kind of guy that would help you with the tech issue. Leaves his camera on during Microsoft Teams meetings. So finishes the meeting by saying, "Nothing more from me. Thank you. Have a great weekend." Yeah, nothing about this guy. Decent haircut. You would never think. It's the people who you least expect who end up cutting their dicks off. Actually, not true. 99 times out of 100, it's the guy you most expect to cut his wiener off. Oh, here's a fun thing. Why don't we, out of every comedy podcast you know, who do you think would be most likely to cut his dick off? I'm gonna go with Shaner. I think Shaner is the guy that I know most likely to cut his wiener off in a fit of rage. Yeah, Shaner would definitely be my guy. I think. Yeah, Matt might do it just to avoid his urges. Santino. Yeah, he seems like a dick cut off guy. Yeah, now that we're naming it, yeah, we got a second for McCusker. Yeah, I can picture Matt cutting his dick off and then convincing us how much easier life is without it. Just sitting with his ankles crossed and his arms crossed on the next Matt and Shane, just telling us how he no longer needs his fucking wiener. Stavros, I don't know. I think he likes his wiener. Mullen out of rage. Yeah, I can picture that too. Yeah, great point, Evander Holyfield's here. Alcala doesn't even need to cut his off. It's already gone. Speaking of which, I got some castration stuff coming up in a little bit, man. But first, I want to get back to this, baby. This is something fun I saw, and a lot of you guys are probably aware of this, but if you remember, we did an episode on him probably, I don't remember how many fucking years ago this was, but a fella by the name of Rodney Alcala died in prison in 2021, known as the dating game killer. Killed people, convicted of multiple murders in California and New York. And one of the more interesting aspects about Rodney Alcala is that he appeared on The Dating Game in 1978, and while actively linked to violent crimes, man. Very scary guy, and the 70s were such a strange time for a lot of different reasons, but part of it was that when you see Rodney Alcala's behavior on the show, you're going to be like, oh yeah, no shit, he killed a bunch of chicks. But back in the 70s, everybody was so weird and horny that I don't think he was even worth a second look. Oh man, yeah. When they busted Rodney Alcala, they ended up raiding a storage facility, and they found like hundreds of pictures of just chicks that he had photographed, and none of them were really that good. So, dude, I got to show you this fucking Rodney Alcala shit. Really creeps me out, dude. Something about the 70s. I think the 70s are the generation where I would least likely like to spend my adult life. I think the 1920s would be cool. The 60s would rock. But the 70s were such a weird friggin' time. All right, we're going to pull up The Dating Game now. If you haven't seen this yet, it's very fun to watch. And Rodney Alcala, just a creep by any metric.
To the dating game, and we'll get right.
Yeah, and all these hosts are always trying to fuck your aunt. They either look like they have or they're actively trying.
Right underway. It's time to meet our first three eligible bachelors for game number one, and here they are. Good luck, gentlemen.
All right, Rod the Bot is contestant number one.
Let's see. Bachelor number one is a successful photographer who got his start when his father found him in the dark room at the age of 13. Fully developed. Between takes, he might find him.
All right, well. Yeah, see, isn't it crazy that the 70s were like this, where writing that as your friggin' bio, where your dad's finding you at 13 fully developed, it actually crushed in the audience, and nobody's going to spend another second thinking about it on this show, but I'm going to have nightmares about it.
Or motorcycling, please welcome Rodney Alcala. Rod, welcome.
Look at that mug. Ooh, baby.
Welcome to this very stage a confirmed bachelor who believes in life, liberty, and the happiness of pursuit. He is an actor, a snorkel buff, and he's from New York, Jed Mills. Jed, good luck to you. And bachelor number three first became interested in...
Do you think people were hornier back in the 70s, or do you think they just didn't know how to process it like we do now, which is to message Indian guys on OnlyFans as though it's Lisa Ann. At least back in the 70s, everybody was a little bit creatively horny, I guess. Yeah, the happiness of pursuit. You're gross. Ew.
When at 7, he played Frosty the Snowman in a school play.
Oh, it's not.
Now, years later, his agent keeps telling him there are just no jobs around for a balding, middle-aged snowflake anymore. That's not true. He works a lot. He's into music and soccer. Here is Armand Chiami.
That is a pretty good bio.
And those are 3 bachelors for the game, and we'll be right back to meet our young lady after this. Don't go away.
All right, so contestant number 3's bio whips the dog shit out of creepy ass Rodney Alcala's. All right, that's a good reasoning. I think the drugs were more pure. Yeah, TJ super weird Al. Lost in the sauce. Where will we go on our first date? The trunk of my car. Whew, man.
And it's time to meet our young lady for game number 1, and here she is. Here is a young lady with a wealth of experience. She once earned a living massaging feet, but she quit when her boss suggested that she work her way up. Then she taught school in Phoenix, Arizona.
Man, this might be the funniest show I've ever seen.
Welcome, if you will, sensational Cheryl Bradshaw. Hello, Cheryl. Don't sit down yet. Just a minute. Want to make sure everything is straight. You relax? You feel okay? All right. You know there are 3 bachelors over there. There'll be 1, 2, and 3. Ask them anything you like to find.
Might be worthwhile to bring back shows like this, which are problematically horny. Just everybody just loaded with juices, and they just cannot contain themselves by saying the most fucked up shit possible, man. Phew, man.
More about them, except their name, age, occupation, or income, okay? And we're going to start by having them say hello to you and see how they sound. Number 1, would you say hello to Cheryl, please?
We're going to have a great time together, Cheryl.
Okay, number 2.
Pretty nice voice, Rod.
Hi, Cheryl. It's nice to almost meet you.
And number 3.
Cheryl. Hello.
Oh, you got a lot to work with there, I'll tell you. Are you ready? Questions all set?
Oh, I'm all ready.
All right, please have a seat then, Cheryl.
All right, right out of the gate, just out of addressing Cheryl, who do you think won that round? I'm going with Rodney Alcala, man. I know it's easy to hate the guy, but I think out of just saying hello to Cheryl, I think Rodney Alcala aced that shit.
Comfortable? When you're situated, you may begin. Good luck, gentlemen, and here we go.
Bachelor number 1.
Yes.
What's your best time?
The best time is at night, nighttime,
Why do you say that?
because that's the only time there is.
The only time? What's wrong with morning, afternoon?
Well, they're okay, but nighttime's when it really gets good.
All right, nighttime's the only time there is. That's a really fucking dumb thing to say, Rod. He lost me, man. Completely fucked it in the second round here.
Then you're really ready.
How about you, bachelor number 2?
Right now.
Right now, anytime. Right here in front of everybody, huh?
Now's the best time.
Anytime, huh? Okay, bachelor number 2. There's one thing I've been wondering about all my life.
Just one, huh?
Just one. What's the difference
Classic.
between a soldier and a sailor?
Well, soldier never gets his feet wet.
He never gets his feet wet.
All right, you
That
fuck.
was very good.
It's not good, man. Come on, man. We got to be fair with everybody. If Rodney Alcala eats shit, we have to admit that. And if this water pumpkin headed goofball who looked like he was 1 beer away from God making him a midget in his mother's womb, yeah, that was infinitely worse than what Rodney Alcala had to say. Could not have gone any worse. This lady's being generous.
Ring shot. It takes a little time, you know.
Yeah, right.
Okay, bachelor number 3, sing me to sleep. And remember, I'm not your average baby.
Yeah.
Chantilly lace and a pretty face and a ponytail hanging down. A wiggle and a walk and a giggle and a talk.
All right, 3's fucking killing it, man. 3 really came out strong this round. Rodney Alcala's got to be fuming right now. I guarantee he's got a knife on him as well. All right, man. Didn't think that bold-ass motherfucker would come out with Chantilly lace, but he really got it rocking here.
Beautiful bachelor number 3. Just beautiful. Great.
She hated it. What?
I'm a drama teacher.
Dude, what do women even want?
I'm going to audition each of you for my private class. Bachelor number 1. You're a dirty old man. Take it.
Come on, over here.
I don't like to hear men growl.
Honey, we ought to go out and boogie.
Why do you think people from this era were so fucking weird? Yeah, I don't like hearing him growl.
Number 2. You're an innocent virgin maiden writing in her diary.
An innocent virgin maiden.
Yes.
Writing in your diary, dear diary.
Dear diary, I'm longing not to be an innocent virgin maiden any longer.
All right, he kind of snapped on that one, man. I give him a lot of credit. This is a pretty fun game, man, because there's been ups and downs for everybody, and I truly don't know how this is going to end.
Yes. Bachelor number 3. You're yourself having a complete nervous breakdown after our first date.
Cheryl. Why? Please come back and kiss me goodnight.
All right, contestant 3's kind of been snapping the entire game, so I'm giving the nod to him right now. Dude, I think Rodney Alcala is last right now.
Bachelor number 3, I'm going to make you a star someday. A bachelor number 1, I am serving you for dinner.
Oh.
What are you called, and what do you look like?
Yeah, I know this is going to be gross.
I'm called the banana, and I look really good.
All right, he went minion mode.
Peel me.
Big win for Rodney Alcala, man. Ahead of his time.
How about you, bachelor number 2? If I was serving you for dinner, what would you be like?
I'd be like a tall glass of wine in a short glass.
It was all right, man. I think tall glass of wine in a short glass, that's not bad. All right, let's fucking fast forward this shit a little bit.
You got some great dramatic presentations, some good answers, but now I'm going to ask you a question. Will that date be bachelor number 1, bachelor number 2, or bachelor number 3? Who gets the dates?
I'm going 3.
Well, I like bananas, so I'll take 1.
No.
Ooh, nasty lady alert. Good for you, Rodney.
Well, I won't even ask any.
All right, I wonder if they truly let her pick who she wanted to pick, or if they're just like, yeah, you got to pick one, because we know something's off about this guy. There's a good chance this guy's murdered a bunch of people, and we need this to be clipped for decades to come. I don't know. It was hard to get a read on her on who she liked best, but it could be legit that she picked number 1, but then again, it could just be, I don't know, The producer's telling him she has to pick the creepiest guy on the panel.
You didn't choose number 2, who did a fine acting job as a virgin maiden. He is an actor.
I would have gone with him. If you told me that one of these guys was a serial killer, I would go with number 2. I would go 2, 3, then 1. Rodney would be the last person that I picked.
From New York City, say hi to Jed Mills. Jed, come on in this show.
Jed. Killing me.
Ah, shucks. You didn't choose number 3 either, and he is into music. Music and soccer. You can get over here, Jed, so the other guy can
Loves
get in.
music and soccer, man. What a bio.
Arman Chiami. All right, I'm on.
Very sensual name. Arman Chiami. Yeah, chill.
Well, gentlemen, you missed out on the date. We're sorry about that. We do have some gifts for you, though, and you played a great game. Really super. Thanks so much. Okay, come back and see if
Enjoy the rice-a-roni, dickheads.
Thank you. There they go. However, you did leave one remaining, and this is your
baby. Here he
date,
comes.
And I want to tell you something about him, Cheryl.
He's murdered 17 women. Probably more. Rodney Alcala.
Rodney, come on and say hello.
Classic Rod. Dude, he looks so much like the Night Stalker.
You did it with a one answer. Well, as far as I can see, Cheryl and Rodney, it looks like the two of you.
Man. Nasty boy.
Maybe involved in some sort of rap.
That's got to be devastating if you're Rodney Alcala, where
First, you'll receive tennis lessons.
you're kind of the Night Stalker before the Night Stalker.
Of the famous Kirkwood Tennis Club. That's
Yeah, thanks for the fucking tennis lessons with a serial killer. It's got to be tough for Rodney Alcala because you commit all these murders and you look like that, and then 7 years later, the Night Stalker comes along and totally outdoes you. That's the thing with murder, man, is there's always going to be somebody that outdoes you.
one of America's greatest and most complete amusement parks.
Oh, log flume with a murderer. That's actually a pretty nice gift. Oh, man. They should bring this back. They should bring back the dating game with somebody who they know is a murderer. And if you win, then maybe like you can't be prosecuted for your crimes. Just something different, just something to spice it up. And, you know, you're really just, you know, just to keep people on their toes. And there's guys out there. Oh, I follow a lot of these prison pen pal groups. Are you guys on Facebook doing this shit too? If you're not, go on prison. There's a lot of times like people in prison will have their loved ones reach out on their behalf saying, yo, my cousin Jeffy is doing 3 life sentences for cutting his grandmother's head off, but he's actually a pretty sick guy, and he's really looking for love right now. So if anybody could help him out, please do something. Please inbox me or just send me a pair of your socks so we can get it popping with Jeffy. But they should bring that back. There's so many prisoners out there looking for love that just haven't had the chance yet to prove how good they are to somebody. And yeah, so what? I might have cut my grandmother's head off, but it doesn't represent everything that I am as a person. Oh, guys. Oh, man. So this is fun. All right. So next up, the next thing I wanted to show you guys. So a while back, we did a Heaven's Gate episode. And I don't know what the reasoning is, but I've had Heaven's Gate on the brain lately. I can't get enough of it. I had fun when we did the episode, but looking back now, this seems, I don't know, man. There's so much about Heaven's Gate that really sticks with me, and I think they could probably still get the gang back together. I think they could still get things rocking again. And one of the things I really appreciated about Heaven's Gate is they were actually kind of chill, aside from the mind control and making everybody kill themselves. They were actually like a pretty chill lot. And one of the things I really love about Heaven's Gate is they maintain their website to look like it did back in the 90s. Let me pull this shit up for you guys. This might be the coolest website on the internet right now. Look at this shit. Oh my God. This is current day Heaven's Gate website. I mean, look at these fucking graphics. Golly. If you study the material on this website, you will hopefully understand our joy and what our purpose here on Earth has been. You may even find your boarding pass to leave with us during this brief window. As far as cults go, guys, I got to go. Heaven's Gate is probably at the top. Everybody had a fucked up haircut. There's no denying that. But as far as relatively sexless cult, I think that's one thing that really allows you to get close to these people, is because so many other cults are just dominated by a criminally horny guy who just cannot leave people alone. But Heaven's Gate's the exact opposite. Oh, man. They had people castrating themselves. Oh, man. Dude, look at this fucking website. Man, this shit is so cool. If I remember correctly, I think I contacted them, and I'm pretty sure they responded. Yeah, it is so nice. Like, imagine like you commit mass suicide, and then somebody still cares about you enough to keep your website this. Is anybody who has technical acumen, could you tell me what this style of website is? Oh, man. Recon says, very late to the party today, but my brother has been emailing Heaven's Gate to ask to get recruited, and they keep turning him down. That's another thing I like about Heaven's Gate. They don't take just anybody. There's no participation trophies in Heaven's Gate. There's a finite amount of space on these spacecrafts. And, you know, you might just not make the cut. You know, there's no guarantee that you're going to make the cut in Heaven's Gate. And you have to respect, because most cults play a numbers game. You can serve some kind of purpose, but, dude, not Heaven's Gate, man. Just Marshall Applewhite just really runs a tight ship. He runs a tight spaceship, if I might dare to say as much. And, you know, you don't have that shit at, like, fucking the Branch Davidians. Like, dude, David Koresh was taking anybody and everybody. Granted, he was phasing men out at a certain point, but Manson, he would take anybody and everybody. If you're a chick, naturally you served a physical purpose. If you're a man, yeah, you served some other kind of physical purpose too, because he was porking guys too. That's one thing about Manson that doesn't get talked about enough. And also too, it's like if you were handy, Manson could have made use for you. But Marshall Applewhite, nope, they're not taking just anybody, man. Man, I gotta get my site to look like this. This is so cool. Oh, and this is nice. If you want to email them, rep@heavensgate.com. But aside from this killer website, I wanted to show you guys some of the exit interviews, which they all seem pretty happy that they're blowing their shit smooth off in brand new Nikes. I'm gonna pull this shit up right now. Especially this guy. Look at this fucking ham right here on the right. The guy on the left does seem like a little bit nervous, but this guy on the right, dude, he was built for group suicide. Look at that face. That puss, he's hamming it up the entire interview. The dude on the left in the pink shirt, in this interview, he's trying to really make some recognize like that this is the time for poignancy. But the guy on the right, you know, he is, this Mac and me ass motherfucker is not letting him have his moment.
Go there, study it, read it. It would do you a lot of good. But maybe on a more personal note, there's a number of you out there that have probably been in contact with me personally. A number of the classmates that you'll be seeing on this tape. And remember how you felt when we were there. Remember, you know, what it was like to work with us and to be with us.
It's very sweet. And I do like how they refer to their fellow suiciders as classmates.
And you probably do better off trusting that rather than whatever information you run across on the TV. I'm sure there's going to be some stuff come out about this that can't give the perspective that you would have. So trust your own feeling rather than what you hear from someone else. I mean, that'd be my primary advice to give. The other thing, and I hope this is okay, but Pastor Murray
going to give some heavy racial opinions right now.
Just because you've had a contact with someone from an extraterrestrial circumstance doesn't mean that they're any more trustworthy than someone who hasn't. I mean, the Mormon, supposedly, John Smith, had the same sort of contact. And a space alien doesn't mean that he's from the kingdom of God. So,
yeah, man, it's no fucking shit, man. Like, imagine coming to this guy and telling him that, yeah, I talked to a space alien and he's definitely from the kingdom of God. It's like, okay.
You would do well to do some research as well in the same regard.
Tell him.
I hope I'm not going overboard by naming these people, but Kenneth Copeland,
shout him out.
Janet Paul Crouch, Kenneth Copeland in particular,
wow.
Ken and Gloria. For a while, we were really thought that you were picking up on next level information. You were being a good instrument.
So Kenneth Copeland, if you're not familiar, it's this fucking guy. You'll recognize him as soon as you see him. Kenneth Copeland is one of those preachers you'd see on TV when you're homesick and actually sick and you spent the morning throwing up. And then you fall asleep, but then you take a little nap, but then you wake up and this motherfucker's face is on the TV. He looks like if Channing Tatum fucked a pit bull. That's what you would get. Kenneth Copeland is the result of that. If Channing Tatum cream pied a pit bull, this is what you would end up with. Man, just unsettling eyes and a mouth to go along with it. But I love how this guy's using his last moments to beef with Kenneth Copeland. Boss move.
And then you go off into this thing, this was some time ago, go off into this thing where you're telling people that if they want to get wealthy, then they need to, give more money to people. They need to tithe more. I mean, come on.
Snap on him, dude.
Get this stuff. Your focus is wrong. I mean, I don't know.
No, you're snapping, brother. Keep going.
Paul and Jen Crouch, you sat there and you pleaded to be the emissaries for the second coming when it arrived. You wanted to be the ones that had all
the dude in the pink shirt's like, dude, I mean, are we really airing out beefs? We have 12 hours to live, and you're bitching about fucking people on TV. He should have kept going. He should have been like, you know what? Al fucking sucks. He's not really from outer space. He's a fucking midget actor in a brown suit, okay?
You're all set up and ready to go and be prepared for his return. And did you know that we were in your prayer groups for a while? We actually did some of your accounting for a while.
It'd be your own.
Right there.
It'd be the people in your own prayer groups.
You've had ample opportunity. We even sent you a tape of the Beyond Human series. And what we got back in return was a warning about cults. I mean...
12 hours from killing themselves, by the way.
T and Doe have tried and tried and tried to give all of you a shot that say you've been looking for this, but you're looking in all the wrong places.
I like the fit, too, man.
Anyway.
Nice windbreaker.
I didn't mean to go on at all. I didn't mean to make such a... And I'm not singling just you out, but you're ones that we actually took an interest in for a while and then got disappointed. So hopefully this is not to criticize. This is hopefully to help from someone who has heard some of this stuff.
Okay, before we move on to Questodi, one last question. How do you feel about what is ahead for us?
This is the happiest day of my life.
Nice, dude. He looks truly happy too. They're all their names end in Odie, by the way, which is kind of cool.
I mean, I've been looking for this for so long.
Nice, man.
Some would probably sit here and, I mean, somebody on the other side of this camera watching this tape would probably say, what's going on? You all must not have a life, or you're deluded, or you're brainwashed, or whatever.
Nah, he likes this shit,
think
man.
It might be. It's hard to tune into. From our perspective, from my perspective, this is godsend. I mean, this is the answer to everything.
He was a problem. When you're trying to fall asleep because you're all sharing bunk beds, he was a problem. The guy on the left in the pink, just classic composed, zesty guy. Like, you can tell he's got the zest in him, but at the same time, he just goes, when it's time to eat, he goes, he gets his food, he sits down, he eats, might say something shady or throw a little shade while he's eating, but that's about it. But this motherfucker on the right, he's a red 40, baby, by every stretch of the imagination. Definitely a
It's
problem
fresh
in bunk
vehicles.
beds.
I mean, if you use the analogy of a car, and people may keep their cars for a long time before they finally wear out and they clunk out and they die on them, and they go and get another car. Or some people, they say, well, here's a newer model, it's much nicer, and this one doesn't quite perform the way I could, and I'd like to move into this new car. So get rid of the old one, get a new one. I mean, that's about all we're talking about. It's not a big deal.
This guy's full of good ideas.
I'm talking too long, so
No.
I'll pass up. Just this isn't a troubling circumstance. Don't take it as that. It's just a
Oh,
game.
man. As soon as they got on that spaceship, this motherfucker on the right was hitting every button he could, sending them every which way. And the trip took light years longer than it should have just because of this fucking button pusher, man. I like it, though. You need one of those guys on board just to... Most people that you're going to have on your spaceship are locked in and stoic, like this pink shirt guy. But you need a windbreaker guy with his glasses tethered to the back of his head. Even though he's doing nothing which requires them to be tethered to the back of his head, he's still got it anyway, just in case, because he doesn't know when he's going to pop off.
Just a drawing.
Okay, thank you.
The Questody. I guess you're next.
Questody.
I'm not sure I'm going to follow that up.
Yeah, I knew it. Dude, I knew he had something zesty coming.
Anything particularly you'd like to say?
Well, a few days ago, I've been in the class for 3 years, just about 3-4 days ago, and I don't know, I just feel like I've learned so much about the next level and Kingdom of God, Kingdom of Heaven.
All right, great call, Shadow Homie. The Stanhope guy is Chardonnay. Right side guy is Four Loko. 100%, man. We need these glasses for an alternate helmet. I love incredible ideas.
And on how best to cut all ties, attachments, and addictions to self and this world. And this is my prepared statement. It's very simple.
Yeah, brother, pop
and I don't know, I think my constant asking long before I entered the class was the key, the constant begging for the real facts, the real truth as how to get out of this world and grow beyond it, and rise above it, and leave it behind, both
so
self
happy.
and this world. And T and Bill are my older members, and they're from the next level, and they've shown me.
Damn, they next level. All right, we're going to go to another set of interviews. We're going to... All right, we got their names real quick. All right, next up, we got Wikinoti and Yersodi. All right, you could have been a little better with these names, ladies. No offense, but doesn't really. Whoa.
Hi, sorry. We just, are interviewing a number of people just to see a number of people express some interest in saying something on camera to the people that might, get this tape. And we just wondered if you had
Mamma mia, man. Now, I know the whole thing with Heaven's Gate is like they're trying to limit one another's sexual urges, and these two are really doing everything in their power to ensure that that's being enforced, man. I think the one thing about Heaven's Gate that I can't get behind is the haircuts, man. Because they lived in Southern California. You don't think there's some... I mean, shit. There's 8 million incredible Mexican barbers here in Texas. Like, I know the same presents itself in Southern California, man. Like, you can be unfuckable, but still have a nice fade. Just saying, man. Especially, you're going to space, and that's the haircut that you're going to greet extraterrestrials with. Couldn't be me, man.
Say to people.
Well, I just want to let everyone know how lucky and happy I feel to be here. And let you know that what we're about to do is certainly nothing to think negatively about. We're all choosing of our own free will, go to the next level with T and Bill. And they are certainly not what the media is going to paint them out to be. I never got to meet T in this incarnation in her human vehicle, but
Yeah,
I
this
can
is-
tell you that Bill is
This is a more appropriate energy pairing than the first two people. Like, you get Gru and Will Ferrell matched up. These guys, complementary energy. They really this is what they had in mind when they thought about doing tandem exit interviews. And it's so funny because I wonder if they're doing this just because they're pressed for time or they want to put them up in pairs so one can check the other.
Special, dignified, unhuman, objective person that you can ever meet. That's right. He has helped us so much and put up with so much and never
monkey business
done anything that seemed even close to the way a human would respond.
Hey, Carrie, what's up?
And
Hey, Warren, what up?
I guess that's really all I want to say.
No, short and sweet.
Let's
Bring back the first guy.
Okay. And Wakenody, is there anything you'd like to add?
Wakenody.
I think I feel just like Arson does. And
Wire Sody and Wakenody. All right, now that they're pronouncing their names, they're kind of cool. Waken OD. Oh man, that's so cool. That's like reverse Narcan, baby. I waken OD. You thought I OD'd then woke? Shit, you got it fucked up. I waken OD, bitch. Bitch, act like you know. This Heaven's Gate, bitch.
Our own choosing to do it, and I'm really happy that I made this choice because there was a lot of things kind of working against me not to, I'm sure.
So far, only first guy I'm convinced is happy about his choice. None of these other three, I'm convinced.
Thought that I had completely lost my marbles. They're not right. I couldn't have made a better choice, and I think I need to every day thank T&O on the next level for you.
It is so cool how everybody that they've shown so far is snapping on their haters. Like, just literal hours left in your life, and you're dedicating it to speaking about your haters in the midst of a beautiful 76 degrees and sunny day in sunny San Diego.
Because they don't need anybody. Just, I could say a lot more too, but for some reason, we always get kind of emotional when we start trying to convey our true feelings, because we know, I think, that the media is going to just, whatever.
They're going to twist your words, Will.
Present it the way we would like to be presented. Anyway.
Moose Wayne, Angry Birds.
I wish you could all be here. I wish you were lucky.
Irrational Thesis, Dana Carvey and Anne Frank. All right. Yeah, that's a solid pairing.
Looking forward to meeting T real soon.
Yes.
Her next level vehicle. Nice and I
Golly, man.
And what Sody said about Doe is
Sody.
just so right. I don't think any of us
All right,
could
let's
be
go.
more.
the blame will be pointed at would be T&O, and we've always had free reign to come and go and believe or not believe.
You wonder if they brought an actual barber in there, how much that would have changed their perception of what they're doing. It's easy to think that you ending your life is the right move when your hair's this fucked up.
Since day one in the class, and in fact, more times than not, T&O would put effort into pushing anybody out of the class that didn't want to be here, and wasn't just full steam ahead with what they knew the truth of the next level to be. And
yeah, Dice Gay, they lived in a mansion. Yeah, their place was pretty incredible.
The thing is that we all came, just human vehicles with minds entering those vehicles that had to take them over, and the crazy way that it works is that the more we put into practice the teachings and the behavior and the guidelines that T&O taught us, the proof of
a pretty lady and Ariel Helwani on the left.
The truth that they held becomes more apparent and.
All right, I want more exit interviews like the first two guys. Let's see what we got. Oh, yeah, this guy. Oh, this dude. This is the brother of Nichelle Nichols from the OG Star Trek, which is very funny that this is the path that he chose. He's like, oh, y'all hyped that Nichelle going into space? Well, guess what? Y'all got me fucked up because I'm going too.
Individually searched for T&O because I didn't make a meeting. And after about a month,
he looks like Nichelle Nichols too.
I found him. and I've been with them ever since.
Wow.
Boy, that opens up a big door. You've probably heard from everyone, quite a few people before me, and they've all expressed what the class has meant to them and what they've learned in the class. But
all right, everybody seems pretty chill in this cult, man. I got to see if there's any cults around me. I've been to Waco before, and yeah, I think I would like to go back. I spoke to one of the people who currently runs the Branch Davidians. There's a guy who bailed when Koresh came, and then he came back after the siege, and his wife was the lady I spoke with. She was very nice, very accommodating, and very cool. I got to see if maybe like they have any openings for a guy like me, man, because I would love Branch Davidians. It's close enough. I could commute. I could still be a family guy, and I could still go to Waco every day. I live within an hour of Waco. I think I could really pull this off.
it's hard to express in human language what we know or what we feel from what we've learned in the classroom, and I'm no exception. I'm having a very difficult time, and I'll try to express exactly what I feel.
Yeah, he's a silly dude.
Tiendo were two individuals that were known to, or were said to have come from the next level with information for humans on how to get out of this kingdom level into their kingdom level.
Nice ass backyard.
Overwhelmed was a word that...
Dude, Heaven's Gate was pretty locked in as far as all the bells and whistles. Beautiful mansion. They all look pretty clean. Decent clothes. Killer shoes.
I use to express what went on with my psychic, with my physical body, with everything, just hearing that.
All right, I want to see if I can find the Heaven's Gate footage after the fact, where they're still all Nike'd up. They're not Cortezes. What are they? Heaven's Gate inside mansion. We'll try that, baby. Look at Marshall Applewhite. God, he's so funny, man. He's so crazy. Marshall, you so crazy. All right, we got to play this one. I'd love to see these guys hamming it up.
So take a closer look at the revelers. Do you notice anything about them?
Yeah, is there one thing that you notice about them? Yeah.
Their haircuts, exactly alike. Baggy clothes, no gender. And with every move, they fix their adoring gaze on one man in the room. They call him Doe.
Marshall Herb Applewhite, Doe, is basically their god.
Who is this man called Doe?
Yeah, look at him. Oh, God. Oh, there's a little stinker from before. Look at him. He's back here, baby. Guess who's back? Back again. I forget his name's back. Tell a friend. I mean, what a cult. Say what you want about all the other fucked up ones, about all the sexual rigmarole they put you through, all the taking up arms against the government that they make you do, but not Heaven's Gate, man. They're chartering buses. God knows where they're going. All right, so they lived in San Diego. If I had to take a guess, I would say Marshall Applewhite chartered this bus to go to Tijuana. And that, God, look at the smile on his face. All right, one guy trying to be hidden. That's actually a decent haircut back there. Marshall looks pretty good with that haircut, too. So not everybody's an escaped mental patient with these haircuts. But, oh, dude, look at the fucking hat, too. The alien hat. This guy's got that shit on in every video that I click on with him in it, man. And
source of his power over highly accomplished people from all over the country.
Acting up.
Ohio, Missouri, Minnesota. Listen, He's directing the scene.
Look at the camera. Where's your normal? There.
God bless him.
For more than 20 years, how has he convinced these followers he can lead them through the gates of heaven? He promises they'll be carried to the next level of existence in a UFO. Does he believe what he's saying?
Yo, Stephanie, if I come into your shop, can you give me a Heaven's Gate haircut? I might have to get a Heaven's Gate haircut for one of these streams. All right, mark my words.
As he asks them to record video farewells to Earth.
Look, my days with haircuts that I like are kind of numbered here because my hair's thinning by the fucking day. But I think I owe it to myself to get a Heaven's Gate haircut live on stream one of these weeks.
Death just hours away. Tapes that raise so many questions about the narrow divide between choice and coercion, faith and delusion.
Tinkerbell warns Peter Pan that every time someone stops believing in little people
They're
like
always
her,
acting up.
a little person dies.
The people in the world who thought that I had completely lost my marbles, they're not right.
These people who are laughing.
Now, do you think she means that her marbles aren't right, or the people insinuating that she's lost her marbles aren't right? I love these people, man. I gotta. It's a good sign that the website's up and running. They are communicative, so I think there's a shot. I gotta try to get in the Heaven's Gate.
48 hours later, ingest poisonous barbiturates and kill themselves with bags tied over their heads.
That was cool, man.
Hi, everyone. George.
Dude, I love Heaven's Gate so much, man. Look at this goddamn website. I mean, they got it all figured out. All right, let's check out their present mission. The overview of the present mission. An excerpt from Extraterrestrials Return with Final Warning. That's a cool title. An away team. Oh, I love that they call themselves I forgot all about that. They refer to themselves as the away team. Yeah, it's us against the home team crowd. An evolutionary level above human, an admiral and his captain and crew during the 1920s to 50s picked and prepped the human bodies which they would wear for the task we are about to describe. They came into these bodies in the 1970s, the admiral and captain first. They began rounding up their crew in 75 and assisting them in the process of entering and taking charge of their own assigned human bodies. They called their crew together by means of a public statement and meetings over a 9-month period. Yeah, Heaven's Gate has this shit figured out, man. Classroom time. Wow, man. Really makes you think. All right, we'll watch a little bit more of the Heaven's Gate exit interviews and see what's popping here. Guess who's back?
That I felt.
I really feel, which was your last question, how do I feel about it? I feel very honored and very, very lucky.
All right, we got Pat and Oswald.
I
I
wasn't
never knew
stuck
he was into this.
back in the world where I.
But the second grader can say, well, I'm learning additional
Stuff, man. You really don't see many old women like this doing stuff like this, man. I love a lady who just really bucks against tradition.
traction this week. And the older student can say, oh, you know, I kind of
just said,
These two are a problem.
wow, there they are, and I hadn't seen so long.
Everybody's dressing like Del Calo now. All right, we're gonna see if we can send John to Heaven's Gate. I know they're operational. If that website's up, there's somebody running the show, and John would not even have to take on any new pick anything out of the Heaven's Gate closet. He would show up and he would fit right in. This is, yeah, they got full on Del Calo going on right here.
I didn't know if it would be appropriate if I said a little explaining of my name, since part of, because my name I got from my older member. I originally had the name of Omega, and
No, you're not an Omega.
because when we first joined the class, from the very beginning, you try to separate yourself from the vehicle. And so
Yeah, I know, but you're calling yourself Omega. That's too powerful of a name for somebody with your demeanor. You know, shit, they made you change it.
take another name so you're not being called by what the vehicle was called. My first name was Omega, and then I switched it to N because Omega seemed a little too highfalutin. But when we got the Odie names, then I became Annie Odie. But I spent a few years from like 1988 to 1994 away from the class. I spent it because I felt that I'd been taking the class for granted, and if I was put out in the world.
It says a lot. She came back. She was away from 88 to 94, and she came back. Now look at her.
Circumstance, then I would grow to appreciate it. When I had more, it was kind of a silly gamble because the class could have left.
Yeah.
But they did it, and I was able to come back in.
Yeah, his face is
At that
fucking
time,
killing me right now.
My older member changed my name from Annie Odie to Anil.
He's locked in, man.
Because Anil is a word
Wow,
for
dude,
a
look at that.
process used to strengthen steel. And so I was really glad that they hadn't left before I came back.
Damodi, did you want to say anything about your return to the class?
The same kind of process happened to me. I
Dan
left
Wody.
in approximately latter part of 1981 after being in the class about 6 years, approximately.
Everybody's name's Wody. Like, I wonder if they had like a heavy cash money millionaires phase, and that spawned all the Wody stuff.
I was overcome thinking, wanting to see the vehicle's family and things like that, and didn't leave a note or anything because I knew who my real family was, but I just had a feeling I needed to go back out into the world per se to see what it was like and to see what might be there.
Here's the deal, though. Only that first guy that spoke really strikes me as somebody who's super into this and cannot friggin' wait for the barbiturates to be passed around.
But
I was very fortunate to
Couple of piss ladies, man.
time with T and Doe before I came.
Yeah, their bedroom fucking stinks, I guarantee it.
I had a brief period of about 6 years that I was on a special task outside of the class because of having the vehicle that I am wearing and learning how to be completely independent with this vehicle. And in a certain annoying inside that you can't deny.
Another older babe, man.
The information that they brought us about the next level and
Yeah, if they're fucking, if you got the older babes popping off like this, you're doing something right with your cult.
their ways and conduct were not human ways. And it became more clearly evident the more I was with them that I wanted to become like them. Their consistent caring and conduct was evidence to me that they were from a world I wanted to be a part of. Over the years, that desire has never changed. Now the time has come for us to leave this world and to return to the level above human as new beginnings.
Although, one of the big reasons against bringing so many elderly people with you when you go into space is by the time you leave the Earth's atmosphere, you know, those diapers they got on are going to be fully loaded. And, yeah, you're going to have diapers floating around the shuttle. Really unfortunate after all you guys did to get out there.
And as new beginners in the next level. By dropping these bodies, we will receive the inheritance.
Dude, the wording of dropping these bodies coming from an 85-year-old woman, man. Golly, man. All right, I'm back on board with bringing all these old people into space. All right, we got a weirdo alert.
For one thing, you have to consider what we as individuals wanted to become. I think everyone in this
All right,
class
Steve Jobs, we're good.
More was close to my heart, but this is for our clients. And you may ask, well, who are our clients? Well, as a quote monastery, we've had a little business that we called Higher Source, from which we earned our income, so we
I like your
could
confidence.
consume while we were on this planet. And we always were self-supporting, which a lot of entities that were in our position might not be. But we would like those individuals that we work with to
It is kind of cool how this lady's like, yeah, I'm not saying shit next to anybody. You're going to give me my own fucking shot. I already like this lady. She's up there with the very first guy.
remember how they felt about us, what kind of work we did for them.
But I want to say that
Nerodi is of sound mind,
Nerodi.
and although what's inhabiting this vehicle is not,
Love all the
I am
Wody shit, man.
vehicle. And
God
I'm really
damn,
glad
man.
that I'm going to be losing this vehicle.
I love Heaven's Gate so much, man.
Shedding it of my own volition, because I'm really tired.
All right, who else do we got here?
And I heard this information, and it was like, wow, there's the missing pieces. And it was like,
All right, they got a stinky room too.
because it finally made sense that it was a real place. And
We possibly
Look at
could
this shit.
while we were here. Because in the heavens we'll all be wearing
I love it,
midget-sized
man.
vehicles, and
I love
you
it,
can't see over
dude.
the
You got hours left in your life, and you're choosing to ham it up with a Dr. Seuss St. Patty's Day hat, man. Dude, what a
spaceship
winner,
console,
man.
We're going to miss out on a lot of spectacular scenery. You may have noticed that there
God
are
bless
some
his heart,
especially
man.
taking greater advantage of this opportunity to die, though we may appear dead to you.
Ah, man, that's probably why he had the hat on. He's got a fucked up skull.
If you do believe in us, and the ones we
Like any others, the lessons that we get and the influences that we're subjected to once we
All right, this
become
is a
part of the
castrated
class.
man. So a number of the Heaven's Gate people were castrated, and it's always unclear as to who was physically castrated and who was chemically castrated. But this is either way, this is a castrated guy.
Have caused me to stumble and fall along the road many times, but my older member's always been there to lend me a helping hand and pick me up, brush me off, and
I guess we can start with Tsunodi, if that's all right. And Tsunodi, how
Tsunami.
long have you been
Damn, she-
in this classroom circumstance?
Well, I'm very happy to say that next Saturday, a week from tomorrow, 29th,
Call it another dimension, call it another reality, who knows? We
Cool
don't know
name,
what-
Tsunami. Who we got here?
Governments, economic systems to survive as they do.
All right, now these people are getting their own interviews, which doesn't seem fair to everybody else who had a buddy up. Younger fella? All right, that's odd.
In this world, and especially in this Western country, you have a problem with they don't let you do what you want to do with your life. So we're choosing to do this. You'll see this tape.
All right,
after
I respect it, man. I do want to look more into Heaven's Gate, man. I could use a Heaven's Gate refresher. I don't know about you guys. That would really do me right. All right, y'all. So we're going to watch chapter 2 of R. Kelly's Trapped in the Closet now, man. And I can't get enough of this shit. So if you weren't with us last week, please just know that these chapters are broken up into, they're minutes. Each one is a few minutes. Now, they all tell a linear story. So please be advised, you may not get some of the references here because we're starting on chapter 2. So it would behoove you after this stream to go back, watch chapter 1 so that you can get up to date for next week when we get into chapter 3. But R. Kelly, just a guy who really marched to the beat of his own drum and created one of the most psychotic works of art of any singer who's ever created a concept album. And it might have just been a visual experience. I don't know if it was an actual album, but Trapped in the Closet. Yeah, dude, one of my Shadow Homie, one of my suggested videos is 1 hour at Columbine. Yeah, I've been watching a lot of Columbine stuff, man. That's another one that scares the shit out of me. But R. Kelly, we're going to chapter 2 of Trapped. Man, R. Kelly, so he's banging his wife and he's invading his space and he's telling him that he's the one that's got to come clean now. He's the king of escalating tension. That's one thing about R. Kelly is the man knows how to escalate tension. Never be accused of a dull moment with R. Kelly. Oh, my God, man. Dude, I love him. I love him so much, man. The Eichholz, man. Cliffhanger City, man. I'm not going to go ahead and watch these. I think I've maybe seen 5 total episodes of Trapped in the Closet. I'm not going to go ahead and finish them. I'm going to wait. I'm going to watch with you guys. And truly something else, man. Is there another artist who creates weird shit like this, which is not even ironically captivating? I think this is a truly captivating story on its own merit. Golly, man. We got to contact R. Kelly, man. I know Diddy's doing well in prison, and I have a feeling R. Kelly's doing pretty well as well. Oh, man. Dude, what lives we lead. Isn't this so nice that we get to do this kind of stuff? We get to watch R. Kelly trapped in the closet together. Some of my best friends in the chat, man. What a life this is. I know there's a midget at one point, man. I don't know, man. There's so many. R. Kelly truly is the gift that keeps on giving, man. A true lunatic. Michael Jackson might be the second behind R. Kelly. I give R. Kelly the nod over Michael Jackson. I think because like there's something more palatable about R. Kelly than there is Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson has that, I guess it's kind of like an uncanny valley effect where it's just unsettling to look at him, where R. Kelly is like a seemingly on the surface, a normal, handsome dude who's just hyper talented. And you find out pretty quickly, though, what a freak he is. Yeah, Remix to Ignition. Truly something else, man. I still got to see the Michael Jackson biopic. Has anybody in the chat seen the Michael Jackson biopic? The weekend it came out, I was getting reaction videos pushed hard into my algorithm, and it really made me wish that I was there that weekend. I wish I could have gone. Where does Tyson rank? Ooh, Dice Gay, great question. I'm going to have to think about that. I think I want to like Mike Tyson. I don't know, man. I did like, he's very funny. I will give him that. I know the other night at the ESPYs, he was shocked to find out that Shohei Ohtani is a man. So that bodes well in his favor. Bubbles was a true star, Keanu. I agree with you. Bubbles, I don't know. I'm going to pull up this, see if I can pull up this video of Bubbles the Chimp, man. But Bubbles seems like he's doing well right now, but you can tell it's clearly a much more peaceful way of living for Bubbles the Chimp right now. I don't know that he necessarily likes it, though. I think Bubbles the Chimp would trade everything to know that he could go back to Buck Wild, Neverland Ranch days if he could. Does seem content now, but I don't know. Some chimps are about that life. All right, yeah, let's play this.
There's a silver lining out of all the things that went down at Michael Jackson's Neverland Ranch. Tomorrow's the anniversary of his death. 15 years, and Bubbles the Chimp is still thriving.
Looks a lot like me, by the way, which endears him to me. Look at him.
Bubbles is now 41. Bubbles is 41? 41, living at a sanctuary in Florida, and having a great life. He hangs out each day, gets to like play in these tunnels, and there are trees where he can hang out, and he also paints.
The things
Nice.
Bubbles must have seen and heard, though.
If Bubbles could talk, he'd be the star witness.
Yeah.
If Bubbles were like, give him a typewriter. I don't know how tall Bubbles is, but they said this.
I don't know. I want.
180 pounds. Oh,
Yeah, give me more of a.
No, that's a thin chimp. A male.
I don't want to hear TMZ people talking. I want to see Bubbles.
Hey,
He's
buddy.
52.
How you doing, buddy?
He's
You
fucked
wanna
up.
look over here? No.
That's Bubbles. She is 52 years old.
Ooh.
She decided.
Hey, buddy. How you doing, buddy?
Nah, it doesn't look as happy, man. That's kind of fucked, man. LaToya. I wonder if he recognized her.
I'm really looking forward to seeing Bubbles more than anything else. And of course, on my way here, I couldn't help but to think, geez, how big is he? Is his personality the same? Has he changed very much? I would love to know if Bubbles still remembers me, because it's been about 20-something years
They never
now
forget.
since I've seen him last. Bubbles
Chimps
is
are like
very,
9/11. They never
mannerable.
forget.
He's very human-like. Of course, the apes are human-like anyway to begin with.
No, TJ Morris, I think that last video was a different Bubbles. Clearly not our Bubbles. Yeah, just the broke ass Bubbles, not the Bubbles.
But Bubbles was a little bit more so than the rest of them because he was raised around our family, around us, eating at the tables with us, doing everything that we do, asking for his Haagen-Dazs and going in the refrigerator and getting it and having whatever he wants. Hello, how are you? I'm Patty.
It is nice that he asked for Haagen-Dazs because I would think if you're a chimp that lives in the lap of luxury with Michael Jackson, you would just go get your own fucking ice cream. But what a well-trained chimp to ask for his own Haagen-Dazs. Do this to Bubbles because she looks so much like Michael Jackson that this monkey's brain has got to be going ballistic right now. That's really unfair. She should have worn a mask to go have this meet and greet with Bubbles because that's, yeah, the guy who definitely was not in his best interest to be around, but clearly the guy who Bubbles loved the most has a sister who looks exactly fucking like him, and now you're going to tease him. And
Bubbles.
I love a
There's
spit
one
monkey.
for each of you guys. Bubbles, turn around. Can I see you? Can I see you? You're going to give him a grape? Do you want some more grapes? Come over here. Turn around. Latoya! He used to react to my name when Michael called me.
Oh, I thought there was another monkey named Latoya. What are the odds?
He's so awesome. Look.
One thing that Bubbles really likes to do is play in the hose. Do you want a drink? Would you like a drink? Okay, we'll see if I can not get Latoya wet too.
It's okay, no worries.
Yeah, hit him with the fire hose.
Look at
Yeah,
Bubbles.
Bubbles loves the hose and
Bubbles,
the sprinkles.
Oh,
a little
my
bit
God,
of water,
imagine that.
okay? A little bit of Bubbles. Here. Here, some water.
Latoya,
yes,
did
Bubbles.
he play in the hose and in bathtubs and water?
Yes, he did.
He did?
Yes, and he would take showers actually because he had his own nanny, so he would do everything.
Yeah. Imagine trying to explain to your family what you do in Hollywood, and they're just like, "Yeah, I heard you were working for Michael Jackson." And you got to be like, "Well, kind of." What do you mean, kind of? Well, I'm bathing his pet chimp, who's not the nicest animal you've ever met. Although right now he's pretty good. He was spitting a little while ago, but I think overall he's holding it together pretty good, despite the fact that he's getting blasted with a fucking hose by Latoya Jackson, a doppelganger of his deceased loved one.
Look, okay, you get some as well. Look at Bubbles, feels clean.
Man, get out of there. That's not for you.
It's very interesting because when I look at Bubbles, I still see the features of when he was extremely young, and that looks the same to me, although he's grown a bit. I could still see that. And I see the gray around his mouth.
Yeah.
Which is amazing. Look at all the
Well,
gray. Good.
give him some credit.
Good.
He's had a pretty rough paper
I think
route.
he kind of remembers me, guys.
I don't know
I
about
think
that.
he's being shy with it. Bubbles. Bubbles. Oh, I want to kiss you. I want to hug you, and I know I can't because you're
Give him a
so
kiss.
big.
No, but what are you going to do? Get arrested?
You remember me, don't you? Look at you.
God, this monkey's brain's got to be going nuts right now.
Bubbles. Bubbles.
Tickle.
I miss you, Bubbles.
Yeah, it's so hard to be a captive monkey. Jesus Christ, man. You're trying to chill. Like, you're trying to move on from all your past traumas, and then they trot in a lady who looks just like your old owner who you've been separated from for fucking decades, man. Golly, man. They love fucking with monkeys, man. They can't leave well enough alone with these monkeys, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, touch his fingers. Like, do something. Let this monkey know that you're thinking about him other than just talking to him and teasing him through the fucking fence, man. Oh, boy. Chat, what do you guys got planned today, man? I can't wait to read the rest of this fucking book. I mentioned it at the beginning, and, yeah, this is one of the better books I've read in a long time. It's so insane how many connections there are to the military-industrial complex in regards to the people who were pushed out in front of the general public as these hippie luminaries. And really, I don't know, man. I think conspiracy belief does come with age, but goddamn, it is very strange how many people congregated in Laurel Canyon that were just probably working for the government. the building's still there. Jared Leto actually owns it right now. So one of the focal points of this book is this old Air Force base, which is in smack dab in the middle of Laurel Canyon, which is in the Hollywood Hills. The Air Force had a studio there called Lookout Mountain Studio, and it was a fully functional film studio, which you really got to wonder why the government needs a fully functional film studio in the middle of Los Angeles. Some people seem to think they filmed part of the moon landing footage there. I don't know. Maybe somebody who's a little better educated could enlighten me, but it is very odd that the government had a fully functional film studio right there in the midst of all this wacky shit. There's also tunnels leading from one friggin' mansion to another, pardon me, in Laurel Canyon. Very weird shit, man. Yeah, hopefully everybody's your air quality improves. But then again, like wildfire, I love inhaling wildfire smoke. A couple of years ago we had that. I think it was maybe 4 years ago. It felt nice. It felt nice for a little bit just to get some wildfire smoke in your lungs. Oh, I haven't gotten the new NCAA yet. I think I might pull the trigger this weekend. I still play the last Madden, so I might fuck with it. Yeah, Quiet Wyatt. You know what? I got to hit you with a chirp, brother. It's time for a chirp. Yeah, we're ripping through chirps today, baby. But, all right, guys. That was another fun stream. Thank you guys for joining me today. And if there's anything specific that you want to see on future streams, just message me. And just be like, throughout the week, just be like, hey, I thought this was cool. This might be fun to talk about on the stream. All ears. I'm happy to talk about it. Whatever you guys have in mind, I'm happy to discuss. But, yeah, this shit's a ton of fun, and I appreciate you guys joining me and playing along with me because I really love doing all this shit. So shout out to everybody in the chat who joined me today. Lazy Dave, thank you very much. Dice Gay, thank you so much. Crusher, love you so much, my friend. Thank you for joining me, as always. And thank you to everybody who joined me for the mukbang the other night, man. I truly love picking out every now and again. And gout be damned, I'll do it again. Any other last meals you want me to eat, I'm happy to do that shit. Oh, Travel Buds, I can't friggin' wait for Joke World, man. Those guys rule. I know they got a ton of fun stuff planned. And I'm really looking forward to getting down there. I love the Tampa St. Pete area. Haven't been there in a few years, but I'm looking forward to it. TJ Morris, I appreciate you, my friend. Thank you. Yeah, I love mukbanging, baby. That shit was so much fun. It's fun to pick out, man. I think I'm due for like one. I could do like a pig out a month. So I'd be happy to do more of those. That was actually kind of fun. And I like having my wife bring me all the stuff, too. That was really nice. Lost in the Sauce. Peace, brother. Love you, too, Lazy Dave. All right, so next week... next week, the next live stream is going to be next Saturday at 10 a.m., so I hope you guys can join me then. But like I was mentioning, this book's a ton of fun. If you guys want to do like a read-along, like I would be happy to do like a book review, but I am going to put out a video about all the weird stuff that has gone on at Laurel Canyon anyway. But if you're into that kind of stuff, I would be into that as well. Fun stuff, guys. All right. You guys fucking rock, man. Thank you for making this so much fun. Thank you to everybody who's joined me on this, the mukbang, all the monkey business we've been getting into. So thank you guys. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you next week on Morning Maniacs with Mike.